Hey, what is up guys, this is this Rain and welcome to another video on my channel. This is going to be another Talking What Is This Rain video. I don't know what episode this is, but I try to make at least one of these every month. And, I've been late, so I'm sorry about that, but I try, alright? I try to make these once a month just to let you guys know what's happening around my life, around my YouTube channel. Because sometimes there are months where I just completely zone out and just not go on YouTube at all. So I think these are good, because they let you know where I've been and what's happening. Just in case I don't post for a month, which happens, right? It happens. That's why I don't have a schedule, because I don't want you to get your hopes up every single day, even though it's probably bad for a quote-unquote YouTube business plan, but who cares? Am I right? Okay. But anyways, I'm recording this during the day in the outer terrace of where I live. So if you hear my dog walking in the background, you'll hear it. You know how dogs sound like when they're walking. You'll hear it. And if you hear a bunch of nature noises and people making construction noises, you know why, right? It's because I'm outside. Oh, and if you hear my dog, yeah, and because of quarantine, people are just like trying to get into some hobbies and they're constructing stuff in their backyards, and it happens, right? So that's why you're gonna hear some of those stuff, if you even hear them. But hopefully you don't. So what I'm gonna go through with this video is talk about my channel, talk about myself, and talk about the stuff that's going on, because this is basically what it's all about, right? If you don't like it, then don't watch. I don't even understand why you're watching this if you don't like it, right? I'm pretty sure that if you don't want to watch these types of contents, you won't watch it. So don't fucking watch it if you're just gonna come in here and talk shit and dislike shit. Alright? Alright? Okay. Now that I've dealt with all y'all who don't want to watch this BS, some random guy with 100 subscribers on YouTube talk about his life. So if you care, let's get on with the video, right? Or the content of this video. So if you notice, I've been running a content. I keep saying content a lot. I've been running a series in my channel, Kona playthrough, the game Kona, and it's a pretty nice game. I'm not gonna lie, I've been pretty inconsistent with the schedules, but man, I said at the start of that series that I'm gonna complete it, and it appears that I'm not going to be completing it because of various reasons. One, and I was going to edit one instead of making this video, but I've noticed that the audio in that video is absolute crap. Absolute crap. And not the game video, but my mic. It's terrible. So I guess I'm just not going to upload it and just discontinue it. When I try to make these videos, when I try to make these series, I try to make sure that like all my I know what I'm coming into, I know how long the game is, how the game is like, and all that, so that I can keep a consistent schedule. And when I searched up the game online, it said that, oh, you should be able to complete the game in about 6 hours or so, and I thought, wow, that's not a long time, but it is a long time, because I guess people who said that play a lot quicker, and I don't. You see me play, I'm a pretty slow-paced player. I would record for like 30 minutes. And by the time I post it on YouTube, after editing it, it'd be like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. That's how slow I play video games. So it takes too long. I'm not even halfway through the game, and I'm already frustrated with it and my equipment, recording equipment. So I guess we're just going to discontinue that, right? So I'm sorry, right? I'm just really sorry that I can't. But it seems like no one's even watching those, so it doesn't really matter. Next time I'm going to find a new series that I'm actually able to handle uploading instead of just diving into one. But yeah, you're gonna see a lot of those. It's a bunch of trial and error. My longest series was The Last of Us, and that's because I didn't edit any of it, which made recording and posting a hell of a lot easier. But it also meant decreased value and content and quality. So it's either I don't edit, or I edit the hell out of it. And there's cons that come with each and every single one of those methods, So that's it. I'm saying it right here, right now. The Kona series is discontinued. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is, right? We're gonna look for a new game and I want you to stick around, alright? And don't get don't be all like, oh come on man, like none of you even watch it. Why do you care if you're gonna say that, right? None of you watch it, so just yeah, it's discontinued. That's all I'm saying. I'm dragging this on for too damn long. Alright, now the state of the channel. State of the channel in the past month. I don't know if I've made an actual talking with This Is Rain video where I talked to you since probably 2 months ago, because the last one was when I was talking to Caleb about about eating our pets during a zombie apocalypse. So that doesn't really constitute as a me talking to you. So the last time I didn't talk about it, but I've reached 100 subs in the last month or two, which is pretty fucking cool. And in my New Year's Talking with Is This Rain video, I said that I would stop, or at least not swear as much in these videos, and as you can see, I'm swearing quite a lot, because I'm still pretty pissed off when I try to edit that video and I notice that the audio is shit. So I'm kinda ticked off, not gonna lie. So thank you for 100 subscribers. I don't know, yeah, I haven't noticed, I haven't said anything about that yet, so thank you. I've noticed that I've gained another further 5 subscribers within that, and that's pretty awesome, right? I'm gonna keep the videos going. I don't know how often, but at least I'm gonna aim for once a week. I'm gonna aim for one video a week if I can. My school commitment is, it's not bad, but it's also not to the point where I can just slack off. I do kind of like working, so I like working on my schoolwork and feeling productive through by the end of the day. So I'm gonna try to at least do something, right? I'm gonna try to do at least something. If I'm not doing schoolwork, I'm gonna be doing this, and if I'm not doing this, I'm going to be doing schoolwork, etc., etc. But obviously my schoolwork is going to be the utmost priority, so if I don't post, it's because of that or something related to my schoolwork, okay? Alright. My Corey Kenshin video in The Last of Us blew the hell up. I remember it had like 300 views before, and then Corey Kenshin came back on YouTube, and then it blew up to like 1,000, more than 1,000 views, because I guess people thought that the video was about Corey Kenshin or something. I don't know, but I just like to give a quick, come on man, I had this so prepared. I'd like to give a quick shout out to Zenitsu and Bodhi, smiley face, on that Corey Kenshin video, because someone was like, oh, you're not Corey Kenshin, and then they're like, oh, no shit, dumbass. And then they told him that that's not the point of the video, and I don't know, it's hilarious, and I hearted their comments because it's great. I heart everyone's comments. If I like it, then I like it. If I don't, I'm not gonna do it, right? Alright, so thanks to those guys, and thanks for the 5 subs. I don't know where you guys are coming from, but thank you so much. I've been getting into Call of Duty lately, and yeah, my Call of Duty videos are always doing very well, so I'd like to say thanks to all those people who watch my Call of Duty videos and who are subbing. I like how I'm saying Call of Duty videos like I post a lot of them. I've only posted like 1 this month. Alright, calm down, Nico. But thank you to all of you who support my channel, give me comments, likes, subscribes. Just thank you to all those people. I should be thanking you every single video, but I feel like that's just boring if I just thank you every video. So I'm just gonna thank you in these videos, in these Talking with This Rain videos, right? Thank you to those people who do those things. Now we're gonna kind of branch out from the channel, so we're gonna talk about the new games that I've been getting into. I have purchased a bunch of games actually, and previous sales, and I don't know, I kind of don't like it, because I'm finding that the games that are in the non-major sales are just shit games. well, some of them, not all of them, right? So I've purchased Star Wars, I think it's Fallen Order, something. I've recently gone to Star Wars, I watched The Mandalorian, then I watched all the trilogies. I haven't watched the recent ones yet, but I've watched the main ones. And then I bought Fallen Order, and that's a pretty good game. Not gonna lie, it's difficult, kind of, not really. I don't know. Maybe I just don't get enough. Uh, I don't have enough experience with those types of games, with Dark Souls and games like that. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just stupid, but I thought it was quite a challenging game, although not that hard. The puzzles are really easy to discover. I mean, to answer and all that, but it's not that hard. But it's still pretty challenging. It's a good balance. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. It's a good balance of challenge and satisfaction with what you've completed. And I haven't finished it yet because it's a pretty long game, and yeah, I haven't finished it yet. But I want to get through it. I just finished the one with the Wookiees, and that was a pretty cool portion of the game. And then I've also bought Assassin's Creed Unity because I've seen really high phrases for that game in the gaming community. Probably not at release because people apparently thought that it was terrible, but right now apparently it's really good, so I'm buying it. I bought it and I haven't played it. I have a lot of games that I haven't played fully through, and that's why I really need to stop buying video games that I don't need. Uh, I have also bought Life is Strange again. I don't know why I'm saying again like it's related. I bought Life is Strange and I'm not a big fan. I thought I was gonna like it because I thought it was gonna be like Detroit Become Human and the Walking Dead series, but I don't know. People like it. I don't think I like it. I'm trying to like it, but I don't like it. Because it gives you this feeling of how your choices are have an influence on the end game, and I don't doubt that it does have an influence. But if you can just rewind time in the game, because that's the main power of Max, who is the protagonist of the Life is I forgot the title of this series. I don't know what I'm doing. Why am I doing YouTube if I can't do this? I forgot the title of the game. Oh my god. Life is Strange. Max, the protagonist of Life is Strange, has an ability to rewind time and change her decisions. And if you're gonna give me that power, then it kind of diminishes the whole choices and the whole choices thing, because that doesn't make sense, right? If you can just rewind time, I don't know. Maybe I just haven't finished the game. I'm still up in episode 1. Maybe I'll try to finish it. I also am not a big fan of the whole high school thing or university thing, but maybe I'll like it. It has its own genuine charm, I'm a fan of that, right? So I'm gonna stick with it. I'm not gonna put it on YouTube, but if I finish it, I'll surely tell you about it next month when I do another one of these. And I've tried to get back to Kingdom Come Deliverance, but it was a good game, but I'm not a big fan of it now because I've noticed how slow paced it is, and it's slow paced in a good way. But for me, right now at this current moment, I'm not a fan of it. Right now, I'll probably be a fan of it later on when I'm looking for other games to play. But right now, compared to the other games that I have that are more action-packed, I'm not a fan, right? And that's really all the games that I have. I've recently started playing Escapist 2 with Caleb and my brother, but I'm not it was good. It's just like every single Escapist game, you know? It's good, but it's not good enough for you to play it long term, at least in my opinion. So yeah, again, I'm not a fan of that. I've been buying a lot of games that I'm not a fan of, and I really need to start researching my games a lot better if I'm to, continue this as a viable financial habit of mine, right? So that's all the games I've really been playing. Now we're gonna move on. I have a note here to talk about how I've been coping with quarantine. Because this is such a difficult time for all of us, and I think we all need to. Okay, I can't. I can't. It's how I've been coping with quarantine. I don't know. It's not anything that difficult. I've been doing this. I've been quote unquote self-isolating since I moved out to university. It's really not anything too challenging. I mean, yeah, it sucks that the that I can't do anything outside. I can't go out that much, even though I don't go out that much. And it sucks that I I can't volunteer or do anything that will look good on my resume. When I actually get out of here. But it sucks, but that's the reality of things. And I can't change anything, right? All I can do is just sit here and hope someone does anything. Because right now I'm just trying to improve my resume and my professional credentials. Because I graduate by at the end of next year, but I'm trying to make my applications at least a little bit competitive when I graduate, and that includes, interning and volunteering. Wow, did you see that? I'm so oblivious, man. I was like, look at this. Oh, where is he? Oh, but yeah, I've been trying to just improve my professional resume by the time I graduate because I'm starting to notice how difficult it really is out there, and especially considering how apparently the world is going, this country that I'm living in is going to a recession after this whole coronavirus thing ends. And as it happens, I am also going to be graduating. That's not good. That's not a good time. So I'm trying to make my resume competitive, because there's a lot of university students out there, and I don't want to be the only one who has a terrible application. Oh, I don't want to be one of the people who has a terrible application. So, I'm just trying to get that bread. You feel me? Trying to get that bread. But really, that's really the only problem I have with quarantine, with self-isolation. Other than that, I live in Australia and they're starting to quote unquote open it back up. And that's pretty good, right? Because there's been zero new new cases in Australia within the past week, I think, in some states, in a couple of states, like the Northern Territory and all that. So they're starting to open it back up. Kids are kind of returning to schools, and I think that's good. But I don't know if it's going to be wise. But then again, I'm not a health expert, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. But if people are going to be fucking around, then that's just going to increase it. I've been hearing a lot of arguments about how, oh, we shouldn't base our economy on the 1% of people. And I agree. But the reason that why there's only 1% of people in Australia who are infected is because people have been not going to work, not going out into massive social gatherings. And I think that's not a viable argument because that means we've been doing our job right, not that we've been. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just rambling. I'm not an expert on this, but that's just my opinion, right? It's stupid to be attributing our decisions on the fact that there's only 1% who are infected when the fact that that is the case is because the government has taken proactive steps towards decreasing the amount of cases in the country. So I don't know. That's my 2 cents. Anyways, that's taking a really serious turn. We're gonna get back to quarantine, dude. I've been watching a lot of TV shows lately. Oh yeah, dude, this is from the video. So, but yeah, these clips, by the way, are recycled from the video. So yeah, you'll probably notice some of them. But I've been watching a lot of TV shows. Hold on, let me pull up my Netflix, right? And my Netflix and my Stan streaming services apps. I've been trying to get into watching Hollywood lately because it reminds me of Mad Men, and I really loved Mad Men, dude. Mad Men is. I'm not even gonna argue to you about this. Mad Men is the best TV show in the history of TV shows. That's no cap right there. I'm not even lying. It's the best TV show. Like, dude, that show has everything, violence, kind of to a muted extent, you know, drugs, sex. Like, dude, I just love that show. And it's really written really well, and it was ended at a perfect time, and that's why I love the show. And Hollywood, it reminds me of it because it's mid, early to late. Well, Hollywood is actually mid 20th century in the 1900s, 1950s, and it reminds me so much of Mad Men, and I love that era. I still listen today to music. That's my favorite genre of music. Is that era? That's my favorite era of music. That era of 1960s, 50s, 40s, and all of that. You just early to mid to early late 20th century, and that's why I love Mad Men. I also love like yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I'm talking about what I love about Mad Men. I just like the TV show, right? Season 4 of The Last Kingdom also came out. I think I don't know a week or two ago, and I've been watching that every single year, and it's pretty cool. I've kind of got lost into the story because I haven't seen it a lot, which is why I really need to like rewatch or at least find stuff online that explains the plot of new seasons, like previous plots of new seasons of TV shows, because I'm having a lot of trouble just well, I'm not having a lot of trouble. I'm just having some trouble placing who is who in The Last Kingdom. So, but yeah, it's not really anything that difficult, you know. Like I still know the characters. I still know Uhtred, you know, though, and his gang and all that, and how he was mistreated by Alfred and all that. But there's just some parts of it where I'm just like, wow, I wish I could understand that a lot better. But it's still a pretty good show, not gonna lie. Like it's refreshed me into the themes of the previous seasons, and right now I'm loving it, dude. I really like that shit. But like I've been watching a lot of historical TV shows lately. I've been watching The Last Kingdom, which is set in the Vikings era, and in the Viking invasion of England era, which is in the early first millennium. I don't know what I'm talking about. Somewhere around there, like 800 AD, somewhere around that area. And I've also been watching Deadwood. Now, Deadwood, jeez. Apparently it's a cult classic. Not a lot of people like it, but a lot of people also like it. I don't know. It's not mainstream, but it's also kind of mainstream, if you know what I'm saying. Deadwood, it's a show set in the late 1800s in the lawless land of Deadwood, which is I think it's in the Dakotas, North South Dakota, somewhere there in the Wild West, Old West. And the acting in Deadwood is so fucking great, man. My favorite character right now is Al Swearingen. Although he does come off as a bit of an asshole, in my opinion, I fucking love Al Swearingen, dude. What's his name again? Ian McShane? Yeah, that's the actor who plays Al Swearingen, Ian McShane. Dude, he does a phenomenal job just playing the actor of Al Swearingen. I'm a big fan, right? I'm up to season 1, episode 10. No, episode 11. So after the Mr. Wu episode, and I'm loving every single minute of it. Like sometimes I wouldn't be into it, but sometimes I would be into it. And when I am into it, it's like the greatest show ever. But even if I'm not into it, if I just start playing it and that intro music starts playing, like I'm just hooked. You know, it's such a good show. I love Deadwood, man. I just really like Deadwood. And then completely separate to the historical genres of the previous 2 episodes that I've mentioned, I've also started watching Daredevil and The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan documentary. Daredevil, I've heard a lot of good praises for it because of its the very good writing and character development and cliffhangers apparently. And I'm only up to season 1, episode 2, so I don't have anything to say about any of that. But it's pretty good so far. I really liked episode 1. It's not that engaging, but maybe that's just because of me. I'm more into historical TV shows, but it's interesting. I do like Marvel when it's executed properly, and so far I'm liking Daredevil. And then The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan documentary, I've been watching that, and it's good. I'm not a big fan of NBA, of basketball, but I'm a big fan of just sporting documentaries overall, and shows like the last. It's my dog in the background. Shows like Last Chance U, and that's my phone. That's great. Just make a bunch of noises everywhere. But shows like Last Chance U is probably my favorite sporting documentary for now because I'm a fan of football, a massive fan of football. If you notice me during the football season, but I'm just a big fan of sporting genres, and I think the Last Dance, the Michael Jordan documentary is pretty good. It really allows you to, like, even a layman to the NBA will be able to enjoy that, at least in my opinion. Like me, I don't know much about the NBA. I know about key figures in it, I know how to play it, but I don't know the complexities of it. And I think even despite my lack of knowledge of the game and the league, I was able to enjoy The Last Dance. So, those are my shows for now. I don't really have any shows that are anything to write home about here. I am trying to get to Afterlife and Hollywood as well, and Community, but that's really it. There's nothing really else here. I did watch a couple episodes of Community, and I maybe it's because I was watching The Office at the time, and in my opinion, The Office is second to Mad Men as being the best show of all time. At least season 1 to 5, before Michael left, it was the best, show of all time. But now that when Michael left, it's terrible. It's literally a terrible show. I am not even gonna lie. But because I was watching The Office, I think it's the reason why I didn't enjoy Community at the time is because I was watching The Office at the time, and maybe I'm willing to take another rewatch of Community, just to see what it's like, Alright, the film is ending, so let me add a couple of seconds so I can conclude this. And just like that, we're back. So, yeah, maybe I'll give Community a rewatch, maybe I'll enjoy it if I'm not watching The Office because I've just completed the last episode of The Office. But I'm thinking about rewatching it again, There, you always have to rewatch The Office, dude. It's always an endless cycle. If you end it, you always have to. I always come back to it. At least I do. I always come back to it every single time. Like, it's ridiculous. But yeah, that's really all I've been watching. I've been trying to get to, as I said, Afterlife. I watched season 1 of that. It's a pretty dark show, not gonna lie, but the ending was kind of alright. It was alright. But I'm just trying to get into the right set of frame of mind to watch Afterlife because it's a heavy show. It's a heavy show, and I don't want to be in the wrong frame of mind watching this show. So yeah. Oh my god. And Shameless. Okay, so Shameless just came out in Australia just a month or two ago because I know in the US it's already been out for forever. But season 9 of Shameless had just come out in Australia in February, I think, or March, somewhere around that time. And oh my god, dude, that was fucking terrible. Terrible, just terrible, man. I mean, I guess you could like it. I mean, I'm a big fan of Shameless, and even I didn't like it. I just didn't like. I don't want to get all political here, right? I don't want to get all political. I respect your political opinions. May you be in the may you be left wing or right wing, right? If you respect my political opinion, I respect yours, so long as you're not affecting people with it, all right? That's my motto, at least. If you're not affecting anyone with it, if I don't want to talk about politics and you bring it up, then of course I'm not gonna like you because I don't want to talk about politics. But if you're like, if we respectfully agree or disagree, and we agree and disagree respectfully. You know, like we both mutually agree and disagree. Oh my God, I'm saying those words too much. But if we both mutually agree and disagree, then I don't have any problem with that. Okay, so that's just my disclaimer. But oh my God, the fucking political shit in that in that show, dude, it's terrible. Like I can take a few political nudges here and there. You know what I mean? That's what makes some TV shows and movies enjoyable. You know, the fact that it can link back to the contemporary state of things. That's why I like Family Guy, for example. But Shameless, it's just, I don't know. It's not like the same level as Family Guy. With Shameless, it literally feels like you're being lectured or something. Like, well, not really lectured, because lectured seems like I'm doing something wrong or I don't know something. Because I do know what they are trying to say, but like the fact that they're just putting it there so blatantly, without respect for like how the show used to be. You know, like the show didn't used to be like that, but it just turned into like that, and it's just terrible how the writers just let it go like that. Again, I don't have a problem with the ideologies set before the show. I don't have a problem with any of those, you know? I don't have a problem. So long as you don't affect anyone, I don't have a problem. But it's terrible. It's just can we just get rid of politics in video games? That's all I'm saying. I mean, not get rid of it, but like, can we stop making it the very crux of things? Can we stop saying I don't know. Can we just stop catering to one side of the argument? You know, because I agree with the stuff that's happening in Shameless, but god damn, I can understand how people dislike it. That's all I'm saying, right? Maybe I'm just overinflating the political stuff in Shameless. Maybe I'm just stupid. I don't know. But that's my 2 cents. And then again, I don't have that much credibility other than the fact that I have 100 subscribers on YouTube. So again, take what I say with a grain of salt and don't get all anal about it. Alright? Okay? Do you understand that, sir? Who's watching this? Who's about to make a comment or dislike this because I said something controversial, which I doubt, because we're 32 minutes 25 seconds in. I doubt any of you are watching right now, right? Well, that's all I gotta say. Okay, that's all I gotta say for this month, for the last couple of months. It's a pretty alright month, not gonna lie. I'm not having any significant troubles right now in life, in schoolwork, on YouTube, and I think it's pretty perfect right now. I'm not gonna lie. Well, not perfect, obviously not. Nothing is ever perfect, but it's alright. It's alright for me. During the quarantine, where a lot of people are in fear of their lives, a lot of people with respiratory problems and heart problems and all that, living in high risk areas, are having difficulty with their lives. Here I am saying that I'm living quite a perfect life, and I thank you for watching and sticking with me through this time of my life, right? Okay, this is going to be great when I watch this 10 years later and just be like, wow, good on you, Nico, good on you. Dude, I don't know, I'm just trying to get by, you know what I mean? I'm just making cliche statements, trying to get by. I don't know if I'm always gonna be making the right decisions, but all I can do is just sit here and make sure that I do the best that I can do, and that's really all I can do. Nobody's perfect. I even sometimes characterize myself as a bad guy. Because sometimes I don't treat things at the most perfect way of treating things. I'm not always, who's a good character? I'm not always a good guy. I'm not always Uhtred of Bebenberg in The Last Kingdom, although Uhtred does have his own shortcomings. But I'm not always Mr. Good Guy, right? And I have my own mistakes, and I think the fact that I do have those is testament to how I shouldn't bash myself for having those. Sometimes I'm gonna make mistakes, sometimes I'm gonna have great decisions, and that's not always gonna happen. And I don't know where I'm trying to get with this. I'm just saying that I'm not perfect, and that you're not perfect, and that we shouldn't be bashing on ourselves, bashing on other people for not being perfect, because nobody's perfect, and we're all going to make our own mistakes at some point in our lives, even if you're Mr. Perfect person, right? I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. That's it. If you watched through all this rambling and 35, again, if you watched through my 35-minute of rambling, I'd like to thank you, and just have a great day, right? I'll see you in our next video. I'll see you in the next Talking with This Rain video. This is the only series that you watch on this channel. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed my Call of Duty content. You see this, dude? Like, I'm seriously great at Call of Duty, as I say, as I get shot and killed. Okay, that's it. I'll see you in the next video. Hope you have a great day. If you liked this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more. And yeah, that's it. Have a great day. See ya.